What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. And for today's WWE news video, holy shit, we have a lot to cover. So, hopefully I can title it the right way. I don't know if I will. Hopefully I do, but for today's video I'm going to be talking about WWE's next Saudi Arabia show. Wonder what it's going to be. Jerry the King Lawler is going to be replacing Corey Graves on Raw's commentary team. Apparently Roman Reigns has been injured. Wonder what that's about. A WWE producer quits WWE after WrestleMania. And this first one that I'm going to be talking about, this was something that's been the talk of the entire NXT locker room, and that is the fact that Nash Carter from the tag team of MSK has apparently been released by WWE. Apparently Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful has actually reported it. No copyrights. You guys know how this works. Speaking of copyrights, if you guys are listening to music, I actually have Midna's theme on my Fire Stick here on YouTube. Again, the mental health, man, it just can really kick you in the fucking ass. So no copyrights. You guys know how this works with the algorithm. But you guys are wondering why. Why did Nash Carter get released? Well, apparently this came around after some allegations of abuse from his wife, Kimberly, which apparently she had shared a few posts on Twitter, on social media, saying that he was the one that abused her and whatnot, and apparently he even also performed a particular salute. I'm not gonna say what it is because I don't want to get my ass chewed out. All I'm gonna say was that it was a unique salute. That's all I can say. I can't say anything further. I hope you guys can understand. But it's interesting because MSK just won the NXT tag team titles from Imperium and the Creed brothers this past Saturday at NXT Stand and Deliver. But apparently he has been released from WWE. But what's even more ironic is that they were supposed to defend the NXT tag team titles against Sanga and Grayson Waller, who apparently is still injured, which does not make sense. Excuse me. I will say this. I think it's wrong that this is happening. I actually posted about it. You know what? I actually want to show off that tweet. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it, which I don't think I will. Oh, here we are. Okay, so apparently, alright, so apparently, yeah. So okay, so I'm looking on her Twitter. Big shout out, no copyrights. You guys know how this works with the algorithm. I'm looking at the photos. Yeah, yeah, if you guys do follow her on Twitter, then you guys will know exactly the photos I'm talking about. But it's really hard to say whether he truly did do it or not. But the way I see it, I think she's trying to ruin him. I think she's trying to ruin his career, but that's just my that's just my opinion anyway. But the only way we'll know for sure is if WWE scraps the match between MSK and of course the team of Sanga and Grayson Waller. If they scrap it and they force Wesley to give up the NXT tag team titles, then we'll know for sure whether or not he has been fired or not. But I'm not gonna say anything else about it. All I gotta say is I don't think it's right. I think he should stay in WWE, but that's just my opinion anyway. But that brings us to our next topic, and that is WWE's next Saudi Arabian show. So Andrew Zarian of Figure 4 Online, or I guess the Wrestling Observer, big shout out, no copyrights. You guys know how it works with the algorithm. He reported saying that WWE plans on returning to Saudi Arabia this coming September, and apparently the date has not been confirmed, but apparently they're going to be bringing back TLC, in which we never got TLC in 2021. We actually got it in 2020, where that was where Drew McIntyre won a quote unquote triple threat match, which was for the WWE title in a ladder match, if I remember correctly. I actually have it here in my book. I believe it was a ladder match. TLC, yeah. Actually was a TLC. Both that and the Universal title matches were both in a TLC match, actually, which is funny enough. But apparently September 2022 will be a very busy time for WWE as far as travel goes, as they're planning a major show in the in the UK for the exact same month. And the last time we had a show in Saudi Arabia, it was at Elimination Chamber, which this was the first time that WWE had brought one of its pre-established shows, like that, to Saudi Arabia, other than like Crown Jewel and Super Showdown and whatnot. Other than those, that was the first time ever in history that that's ever happened, which is insane. But other than that, there was the greatest Royal Rumble, which took place in April 2018, just a few weeks after WrestleMania. That was where we saw a 50-man Royal Rumble, which was a clusterfuck, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The way that it ended was pretty cool, but it was just a clusterfuck. Honestly, I really don't know if WWE will bring back TLC, but I think excuse me. But apparently, I guess we're gonna get a new Saudi Arabian show. But I think if you really think about it, to summarize some of the pros and cons of this whole thing, one of the biggest pros of it is that it becomes a 4-star, a 4-star, 5-star show like they did with Crown Jewel last October, if I remember correctly. I think it was last October, either October or November, where we saw Roman Reigns battle Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, which was a hell of a match. But the biggest con of it all, it's not the show, it's the methods of traveling. If you guys remember, in 2019, there was a mishap that had took place, and it forced literally the entire roster to not show up to SmackDown the very next night, which meant that NXT completely took it over, which was insane. So that's all. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's hard to say. As I said, those are just one of the biggest, like, pros and cons of having a show in Saudi Arabia. Is just that fact, So, but as far as like having a show in the UK in the same month, that's pretty ballsy. It's a pretty ballsy move, but it is what it is, right? Alright, you guys. The question is, why is Jerry the King Lawler replacing Corey Graves on Raw? The answer is simple. Corey Graves is getting married. If you guys did not watch Raw this past Monday or in the last few weeks, you will know that Corey Graves and Carmella are set to get married sometime this year. And funny enough, they got engaged back in October of last year. And they had been together since around 2019. That was where, around the time that they announced it as part of the hit reality show Total Divas. And as far as Jerry the King Lawler, he was on Raw Talk this week and said, quote, "I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be back behind the announcers table where on Monday Night Raw because that idiot Corey Graves is getting married." Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, don't get it twisted. Congrats to Corey and Carmella on getting married, but let's just see how that one lasts, because you guys know when it comes to marriages in WWE, sometimes they don't last long, unless if you're like Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, then you try to make it work. But again, honestly, I think it'll be great to see the King back on the Raw the Raw commentary booth. We'll see what the King has in store. Alright, you guys, next up, I'm actually going to save that one for last. Which producer has left WWE? The answer is actually Pat Buck. If you guys remember him, he was the guy that got his ass kicked by Nia Jax when Raw and SmackDown had to be hosted in the Performance Center back in 2020 because of COVID. That was him. He has left WWE after working on several big matches at WrestleMania, And this was reported by Mike Johnson of PW Insider. Big shout out to him. No copyrights. He doesn't know how this works with the algorithm. He actually posted a very lengthy post on social media. I'm actually gonna try and find it really quickly. You know what? Let me go on Twitter, because I might be able to find it on Twitter. Let's see. Here we are. So this is what Pat Buck posted on his Twitter. He actually posted saying, posted photos, saying quote, as a producer / agent, I feel that I have accomplished everything I wanted to do within WWE in the last 3 years. My endless gratitude beams from working with so many wonderful talents, especially the ultra-talented women's division. To my producer brothers and sister, you are the greatest collection of misfits that I've ever been with. I already miss my second family. Thank you, John Laurinaitis, for bringing me into the wonderful group. And thank you, Freebird, for being our foul-mouthed general. And to my fellow New Yorker, Paul Heyman, thanks for providing a mitzvah and helping this Gentile out. Sending love to the production truck, stage crew, parking, travel, makeup, photo, digital, security, IT, writers, props, social, legal, seamsters, live events, medical, and any other department that I've learned on for something. I look forward to using my new time to return or expand my training schools, promotions, working all over and sleeping in my own bed more than twice a week. To my darling wife Lauren and baby Harrison, I don't know how you put up with this gypsy. I love you both. Dada will be home soon. So it he basically has a kid, which is awesome. Shoutouts to him. Shoutouts to his family. It's awesome that he has a kid. I don't really know if he will be back in WWE at some point, but honestly, that's awesome. That is awesome. Shoutouts to him, having a kid of his own. He was actually one of the guys that actually produced the match between Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey on his own actually, and then on WrestleMania Sunday, he worked with P.S. Hayes on the winner-take-all match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And then this past Monday, was when he resigned from WWE. Honestly, I don't know if he'll be back in WWE. I think if he does, it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome to see him back in WWE, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. But speaking of Roman Reigns, unfortunately, Roman Reigns has been injured. And you guys are wondering why. What's going on? If you guys remember, I talked about that match, excuse me, when I did the results of WrestleMania Sunday, and it was a hell of a fight. I have to admit, it was a hell of a fight. And if you guys remember, Brock Lesnar had applied the Kimura lock onto Roman Reigns, and he yelled out, he yelled out as he broke the hold using the ring ropes. He yelled out to Heyman that something is out, meaning his shoulder was out, you know, and I'm going to show you guys the photos. Actually, I want to see if I can find it. Let's see. Here we are. Let me see if I can find the posts. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Just gotta keep looking here on Twitter, guys. Just gotta keep on looking. Let's see. Here we are. So this is the photo posted by Wrestling News Co. Big shouts to them, no copyrights. But this is the photo of Roman Reigns' left shoulder being injured. And if you guys notice right here, his shoulder is completely busted up. It's completely swollen. So I'm assuming that he may end up having to have surgery at some point. He did show up to Raw the very next night, but he was favoring his right. He was actually favoring his left arm, which was a sign that he was truly injured. So I don't really know what WWE is gonna do. I'm assuming that on SmackDown, Reigns might talk about it, and he'll probably say say something like he'll probably say something like that he has no choice but to relinquish the Universal title, and he'll probably say something, like oh, I'll be back stronger than ever, blah 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 blah. It's possible, but we don't really know. Except the fact that if he is injured, Roman, shouts to you, man. If you are injured, best of luck to you in the future. Hope you recover quickly, because I'm sure the fans are gonna want to see you back in WWE. But that brings me to the question of the day: should Nash Carter have? Actually, you know what? I have a better idea. You know what? I was gonna ask about Nash Carter, but I think. You know what? I got a better idea. I got a better one, and I'll probably ask this question again on Monday's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. But the question of the day is this: who should face Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal title? Let me know in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more WWE news videos, which get posted every Thursday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. All the links will be in the description below. And if you guys have any family you guys want to send me, you guys want me to open it up on the channel, all of the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.